Hello, I'm Brianna. Welcome to My Life on Paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. And welcome to 4 different series. First, Stamp It Like It's Hot, where we are doing reverse stamping, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Scraptember with the Scrappy Sisters, where the prompt is to use no people. 31 Days of Cutfiles with MK and Janet, and you will see my cut file in a moment. And also, Series 15 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by Scrap a Sketch by Lisa Sikorsky. So, did you catch all that? All right. Series 15 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches, that was in June. The exclusive sketches by Lisa Sikorsky, who has Scrap a Sketch. I love her sketches. So that's a sketch I'm using. Cut Files, 31 Days of Cut Files with MK and Janet. That was last month. This is the roll of film. That is the cut file for today that I am using. Stamp It Like It's Hot is reverse stamping. Did I remember everything else? Oh, and Scraptember, which is no people. So I have photos. You would have seen them at the beginning. I'll be bringing them back in a moment. Um, I went on a hike for 10 days with my friend Diane in June to England. And this was day one, and we got a little bit lost. It was quite the adventure. We are safe. It was not a big deal. But these are 2 pictures, and I have just a great story to tell. So I'm super excited to be getting these scrapbooked. Um, in the sketch, I don't follow it exactly because if you see, I didn't map my photos, and instead of putting like a paper behind the photos, the paper goes behind the paper, if that makes sense at all. Does it matter in the long run? Absolutely not. I am just having fun with layers of picture or papers. The papers I am using is from the kit that I made for Counterfeit Kit Challenge. It is a Facebook group and a blog. I will have those links listed below. It has been making my life easier in that I don't go through all my scrapbook supplies to figure out what I'm using. I stick to this kit. I did take the cardstock to back the cut file, that green. I took that out of my stash, out of my scraps. And here I'm going to start stamping. So this is reverse stamping. So the way this works, and I make kind of a boo-boo in a minute, but the way this works is with an acrylic stamp, you can stamp the back side, which kind of colors, now all in one color, it colors in your photo, colors in your stamp. I will do a very good example with the arrow. I had a very hard time of getting the arrow stuck to the stamp. If you wet it a little bit, it does help. But so there's the wrong side of the stamp, right? And so that stamps. And then I will take black unless I decide, okay, this is a big fail. I'm like, my title is going to be adventure. I have not used this stamp. It's an Amazon stamp. It is super stuck to to the backing. I do get it off. I do this all the time. I don't know how. I've never ripped, knock on wood, I have never ripped a stamp, and I don't. In this, it comes off, but man, does it stick on there. So it took me a while to get it off. And it did take me a very long time to get it stuck the wrong way on my block. I did use some water. I had too much water. I'm seasoning it. I'm going back and forth, and then I put it on the ink pad. Um, which it's longer than the ink pad, and believe it or not, that just gave me fits. And it wouldn't stay on. So, but it's all good, and eventually I will get that on the paper. Now, my boo-boo is that when you are reverse stamping, it has to be symmetrical. Same on the left, same on the right, because you're reverse stamping. So the arrow worked good, although it's probably not perfect. Any words are going to be totally backwards and absolutely not work. And I stamped this and I went, hee hee hee. If you could see me laughing, this is not going to work. But you know what I did? I stamped it anyway because I was like, I'm proving a point. I don't know if I was proving a point. Yeah, totally didn't work. So what I decided to do instead, this is not reverse stamping, but I'm going to shadow it. So I'm going to take, look how nice that turns out. I have to use it. Well, you might see this more with my hiking adventure scrapbook layouts. And then I just offset it a little bit with the green. And I got to tell you, this green looks a lot more neon than it does in real life. And I am in love with that little shadow stamping of those letters or of the title. So here is, and this probably is not totally symmetrical, but it does a really good job. So it says this way, and it's obviously pointing the wrong way, but we will get that fixed. I will go off camera and cut that out. I'm doing the same thing with the camera. I had a couple cameras I thought I was going to use. This was the only one that was symmetrical, so it works for this reverse stamping. Um, Leaves would work awesome. I mean, there's so many things. I will have a playlist below of everyone that's playing along with Stamp It Like It's Hot. Whoop, there is a viewfinder, and it's a lot of black, but there's green in it. And look, doo 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 doo. I just love it. So get out your stamps, and if you haven't tried this technique before, give it a try. Report back. Tell me how it goes for you. But this was super fun, and I just start cutting them out, but then I'll go off camera to cut the rest of them out. So. I have been having the best time playing it along with Scraptember with the different prompts. Um, this is just so cool. So no people in the pictures. That was an easy one for me today. They're all easy. Um, but I know I'm not going to be able to play along every day, but um, I'm doing better than I had a rough start to the month, but I'm doing better on it now. There is a lot of 49 market in my kit, my counterfeit kit for this month. So I do have some of the black items pulled out um, to use, and I will use a couple of things in my clusters as well as make my title longer. 31 days of cut files is that roll of film on that spot on the bottom. Um, the playlist for that is down below as well. And again, that was for last month. And then there is also a playlist for Scraptember, so I'll have that listed below. And I will also have the playlist for 31 Days of Sketches, Series 15 with Christy's Beautiful Life, but remember that is from June. There's a new one coming up in October next month, and it will be all 2-page sketches, so that's super exciting. I hope to get lots done next month. Well, I hope to get lots done every month. So I'm in particular pulling out the cameras and the binoculars. There's a compass there, which you can see I have a compass. Part of the story is that we got lost. Somebody showed up and said, "Oh, I know the way," but oh, I don't have a compass. So I pulled out one on my it's an app on my phone, and I took a screenshot and I'm putting it in my album as part of the story. Below the photo on the right-hand side there is where Lisa indicates to have the journaling. And at first I thought to have that label, the kind of label there, but I end up not. And then I just leave space for my journaling. And maybe I'll have to have my girlfriend that went on the hike with me. She also scrapbooks. Maybe we'll have to have like a journaling party. That would be kind of fun. We do scrapbook together, so but I got a journal for hiking and I made all my notes, which is phenomenal because my memory is awful. So I am excited to go and journal, but I won't probably journal until I have more of the photos scrapbooked so that I can kind of have it make sense page after page. I hope that makes sense to you, but it makes sense in my head. Currently, my title says Adventure Moments, but once I'm going through all the kind of ephemera and the lettering, I don't know, you can see that big hello there, and so that comes out. And I just like the way that kind of nestled with the adventure, and it just made it look like it went together. It's two different fonts. Both are scripty, but it just made me think that it went together. So I'm going to overlap my title with the picture. And then I'm just making sure I'm kind of separating these out. I know there's more cameras and there's the binoculars. We did not have binoculars, nor did we need binoculars, but it is fun decoration on this page. I like the way the compass sits next to this way since um, the way it is pointing is the way we should have went instead of the way we went. Um, and then, it's also pointing to the compass. So I will glue this all down with my ATG. It's been a while. I use Tape Jungle for my refills for my ATG, and they put on sales all the time, like Mother's Day and National Scrapbook Day and different things. So I'll be watching for a sale, and you can get. I bought too many. I bought a case. I think a half a case is is really what I need. I think I've bought a half a case in the past too, but I will have adhesive, which does not go bad. Will have that for a very long time. I don't think I've ever been an outdoors person, but with getting ready for this big hike and like walking, I enjoy walking now. So that's kind of a fun benefit that came out of out of this fun trip is that I don't mind walking to go to places. That might sound weird to some people, but I'd rather get in my car and go somewhere before. And now I don't mind walking. Even walking the dogs, I enjoy more now. So, quite the big benefit. The little piece that I'm gluing on right now says "Let the adventure begin." It's by 49 Market, and normally you don't, I don't usually repeat adventure, but I really felt like it was the beginning of our adventure. So, um, it is so fitting. Hello, adventure, let the adventure begin. And I thought, well, that was perfect. And it even says where we were. We were in Ilkley, England, and it has our navigational points on there. I do use a little bit of foam dimension to stick down the stamped images. I'm going to layer the binoculars and lay that there. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon. Tomorrow I will have a layout for Sketch Sunday.